Hello everyone, this is Halloween Hunter here, and today I have a very different unboxing that I like. I'm excited to actually unbox this thing. Like, usually on my channel I unbox Halloween props that I buy from Spirit Halloween and Lowe's and Home Depot, Party City, all those companies. But this one is different because this is a Spirit Halloween prop, but it's one that never got released. Yes, this is a prototype unboxing. I'm sure by now, because I'm recording this May 4th at 11 at night. I just came home and I finally got to sit down and unbox this. We're doing a prototype marathon of prototypes we just recently got. I mean, most of them are recent, and this guy is currently the last day of that marathon. So if you guys have been keeping up with that, you probably know it's been getting a bit better each prototype. So this is where we're gonna end, is this one. When I turn the box around, you'll see which one it is, but this prop is actually a prop that was featured in 2020's concept art. Now, I guess we'll just go ahead and turn the box around because this props box does have the name on it. The prototype we are unboxing from Spirit Halloween today is... Yep, a prop named Doc Needles from 2021. I'm gonna stop talking. I know people just want to see it, so let's just go ahead and unbox this thing now. I'm assuming this would have been in the box size if it was released. I'll kind of do some like side turns, but here's the front, the side, the back, which you just saw. The other side, it says Doc Needles again 2021. The top also says Doc Needles 2021. And let's just go ahead and unbox this now. Alrighty, so this was packaged very well, of course, since this was a prop that got shipped to me, so it's going to be packed very well. Let's just pull it out. Okay, so the first part we have his base. The base, this is his base right here, and he's got the Headless Help shoes right here. Got that. We have a foam piece right here. This is literally WO's foam pieces. I know WO and YJ like work together, so. We got right here his torso piece, it looks like, which I will cut right now. Cutting that out. Here is the torso piece. Wow, this thing was packed super well, almost too well. But there's the torso piece right there. Got a clear YJ speaker. This is the back of it. Here's the front. We have one of his arms right here. This is the arm for the syringe hand. We got his clothing right here, which looks really awesome. Look at that, wow. I don't want to break this piece because it probably is a bit fragile, but oh no, this part came off. I'm gonna have to reglue that. Yeah, I'll have to reglue that. They changed the hand, one of the hands, to a drill that moves, and I gotta fix that. Right here seems to be the syringe hand. Oh no. That does not look great. Kind of sucky. I'm gonna have to reglue these. Those are for the syringe fingers. We have this right here. What is this? Oh, it seems like to be one of his sleeves right here. We've got his adapter right here. Here's his poles right here. But the last thing I saved is the head. We're gonna get a better look at that head. Okay, wow. So, yeah, that is really it for all the parts for Dr. Needles. Let's go ahead and set them up. Alright, so we are now going to start the setup of the Spirit Halloween 2021 Unreleased Dr. Needles. Now, if he was released in this similar style of how he's made, then he's going to be built something like this, or at least very similar to this. We first have the base with the shoes already attached. I prefer the feet facing outwards. Then we're gonna take these two normal sized poles that don't have anything like crazy with them, and we're going to snap lock them into place. And then we're gonna take these two poles that are slightly bent at the top, and we're gonna also snap lock them in like so. Now next, I have no idea where this piece goes. It's some random Woyu foam piece. You can even see it says left on it. I don't even know if it's for this prop. I have no idea what it's for. So I am just gonna guess, since there's two sides with two holes, but it goes through the legs. This could be totally wrong, but there's no other like proof that I have that where it goes. So I'm just gonna put it there for now. It's probably useless and wrong, but I don't even care. We are then gonna take the shoulder piece with the mechanisms and control box and now snap lock them into the poles. We are then going to plug in the adapter in the back and run that down in. We are now going to take the lab coat and place it over the shoulder bracket. We are then going to take the left arm and put it through the arm sleeve and open up the Velcro strips to the back so we have access to the arm bracket, and we push that down into place. We are then going to take the hand with the syringe fingers and place over the little cuff or sleeve piece over the hand, and then we just place that into the hand like that. Turning him around, there's going to be a wire in the back that's pretty long. It's this wire like this, and we're actually going to loop it through this arm sleeve, and we're going to connect the wires to the fingers into this wire. Then of course we're going to pull up this sleeve right here. We are then going to take the right arm and put it through the right arm sleeve like so. We'll put that on. We are then going to take the drill piece right here, and there is a little slot right there. It's opened for the back of this slot over here. Place that in, and then we're going to take that wire and loop it through the sleeve. And in the back, there is a black and red wire that will connect to that. Also, while we're back here, let's also connect the sensor also. There's a wire for that too, right here. And the sensor wire on the clothing goes in there. We are then going to pull up the clothing so that it goes over the shoulder brackets. And of course, Velcro that up in the back. Turning him around, we are now going to put the Velcro underneath the drill piece on. It's a very tight area for it. Not sure if this was the best design. And last but not least, we're going to take the head and place that on the top of the body in the little hole right here. And of course, do some minor adjusting to the neck collar. And with that being said, that is pretty much everything you need to set up the Spirit Halloween Unreleased Dr. Needles. I know you guys don't really need this part of the setup, but I know people like seeing that, so yeah. Alright, so before we get into the demo for this guy, I do want to mention real quick that this guy is, again, a prototype, and I will explain my review a lot better, but this guy is pretty preliminary stuff, very early builds and such. I mean, this guy's plastic shelf for the shoulders is literally duct tape. It's not like an actual like molded piece. It's literally duct tape with a plastic shell. It's not complete. And this guy has preliminary audio, which is going to be like a random audio choice that you guys are like, what the heck? Why does it have the audio? Like, it's so weird. It'll make a lot more sense once I talk about it in further depth. So I'm going to be doing two demos, just one normal demo with the audio on, and another demo outside in the dark with no audio that he has, just to show you guys how cool he is without the audio on. Also, in his concept art, which I will talk about more in the review, he has these goggles in them that were left out on the prototype that I kind of wish were still there. So I actually went ahead and bought him goggles. Now, he looks kind of weird with the goggles fully on like this. Looks kind of too big on him, you know, too wacky, and these are probably the best goggles on the market for him, so I don't think he looks the best here. I'll still show that in the demo, but I think his best look is probably this with the goggles, just because you can still see his detail overall. I like this look overall. So you'll see a demo with these glasses on. Just remember, these aren't actually a part of the prop. So let's go ahead now and start the demo.
trade places with me. You can save me. Save me. I'm so cold, so lonely. And the only way I can escape is if you trade places with me. You can save me. Save me.
So there you saw was the demo of the Spirit Halloween Unreleased Dr. Needles animatronic, and yes, obviously the audio is pretty much a preliminary thing on this item. This audio is from the Animated Tombstone from 2013, and it's not actually supposed to be in the item. It's just more like an early prototype, and the audio is kind of like the last thing they want to worry about. Also, his build is very early too, because from a front view, it looks pretty fine overall, but then on a side view, it looks a bit more blocky. You can kind of tell there, and even on this side too, like, just looks kind of blocky. And that's because, number one, the base is reused from Headless Help, and I think Miss Mercy too. And the poles in here are kind of just smashed into place. I think they're trying to create like a Miss Mercy type build where her body's kind of more hunched over, but it isn't exactly finished over here, so it's just a very like weird build. And even there's like a hip loop section for him, but instead he's got like a big cage around him, which is kind of weird. So definitely an early build there. I'm sure if he was released, he would have had a much better build around him, so it looks more fit and more natural. And this guy kind of has some cheap quality in like the hot glue for the syringe fingers and the drill piece, just some like hot glue stuff that obviously would have been fixed on the release model. And for some reason on this prototype, he resets in the left position, and he only turns from the left to the center, versus a product like Miss Mercy, who turns all the way to the left and all the way to the right. This is also some pretty early stuff, because on a release model, it probably would have turned all the way to the left and all the way to the right. But overall, he does look really awesome. First, his shoes are reused from Headless Help and Fenced-In High Voltage Zombie. These might have changed in production, but I'm not really sure yet. His suit looks really awesome. I love the buttons on it, the dirt marks, the little pockets, really nice stuff. His syringe hand looks really awesome. There's a sleeve piece right here that you connect to it to cover up the clothing, obviously. And then the hand mold looks really awesome too. Looks really good. All the little textures and like wrinkles on it look really nice. And then the actual needle piece looks really good too. I like the mold for that. The needles themselves are actually posable. Like you can kind of see here, they can move around. So maybe they didn't want it to stab people. I'm not really sure, but kind of weird there. Over here is the drill hand with the saw piece. The drill is really awesome. They're both like a hard plastic, by the way, both these pieces, and they look really good too. All the little like details look really awesome, and the bolts too look really good. The saw piece looks fine too, and there's the drill bit right there. And now for his movement, he does turn side to side like I mentioned before, and his arm, the syringe fingers, does move up and down, but this actually has no animation. For this piece, it's actually a really cool illusion where there is 6 lights in this, and each one glows in a way to make it look like this piece is actually spinning. For his head now, obviously, since this is a prototype, it's hand painted, so a lot of the detail here looks a bit better than what a produced item would have. And there also is some like weird textures because of a hand painted job. Like in some areas it looks kind of weird because it is hand painted. But yeah, his face looks really awesome here. And with this mask removed, you can see his face a bit better here. Really good textures there too. Some paint smudges for the teeth, you can kind of see. So again, early stuff there. Yeah, looks really awesome too. He's got some blue eyes with some black shading around them. He's got some black shading on the wrinkles. And then he's got a Buster Brandy head, so it's bald. And it's very good latex. Some areas are like pretty thick too, so really good latex overall. Way better than the Miss Mercy over here. You could just... And over here, he's actually got some toxic like smog warts on his head. Again, some of the textures are kind of weird, like there's like polygons on it, which look kind of weird, but like it's overall really good. And again, early stuff, so looks really awesome there for sure. So like I mentioned earlier, this prop was intended for a 2021 release, but of course never got put out. I'm pretty sure that the prop, Dr. Illume, was kind of a stand-in. They aren't the same character. That's already been like established. They aren't the same character, but I think Dr. Illume kind of came in after this guy was canceled, and then Dr. Illume ended up coming out in 2022. This guy is actually in the 2020 Reaper's Island Village concept art next to Miss Mercy on the front risers for the archway. Concept art render has 2 syringe hands. There's no drill at all. He's got a black belt at the waist of him, and he's also got goggles on him. And this guy is really accurate to him, but he did remove the goggles and the belt, and of course have the drill piece. I guess that's the changes they made, and they cut the belt and the goggles out for production costs, so that's partially why you don't see that on this guy. And he would have been like a duo prop with Miss Mercy. So these two were kind of like a pair, a doctor and a nurse. But overall, he's a really cool prototype. If I had to guess why he didn't come out, I'm assuming maybe this piece was just a bit too much for them, but I'm not really sure exactly why he went canceled. I am really sad this guy was never released. So that is it, guys, for this video on the Spirit Halloween 2021 Unreleased Dr. Needles animatronic. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And I really hope you guys have enjoyed the prototype marathon that's been happening for the last couple of weeks. And it's nice to end the series with this guy, at least for now. So yes, please like, comment, subscribe, because I have a bunch more Halloween videos coming out very soon. And I hope you guys would want to stay tuned. That's pretty much it, guys, and I will see you guys in the next Halloween video.